Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I know it has been a while, and for that I wanted to do something a little bit different that I haven't done on my channel ever. And I just wanted to do like a little catch up and um, makeup. Okay, so this is just I'm out in these quarantine streets. I'm just going to run to the store and literally right back. So I was going to take advantage of this time, and I haven't done my makeup in a while. And sometimes when I get like in a funk or something, it boosts my mood up just to put a little something. Um, but while I was doing my brows is when I came up with the idea. So my brows are already done. And then I also have already added my primer. It's a spray. It's a 3-in-1 spray by Too Faced. So I just put that on, and then I'll put it on again when I finish. So I went in with my brows with a brush, and also defined my arch with a liner, an eyeliner. But yeah, so what's going on, everybody? Everybody. Me, nothing much. Just a mama out here on these streets at the house. I'm a teacher, so I've been working from home and teaching from home and parenting, obviously. So that has been fun. But aside from that, like this has really given me an opportunity to sorry, while I put my concealer on, like I can't talk or feel like my hand doesn't get sturdy, so pardon the silence. But I felt like this time alone at the crib or at home at the crib has given me an opportunity to do like some self-reflection. It's an opportunity for me to read a little bit more. I am learning a little bit more about myself, as well as my kids, and just some different ways that I can parent. So, because thankfully, thank the good Lord, I haven't had to, be concerned about income and everything like that. I've been able to take that personal inventory, and it has been something because, as you guys know, I am an anxiety and depression sufferer, and in the beginning, it was really tough because I don't know. I just felt like I had trips planned and other things like that got put on hold, and I actually enjoy what I do, so I missed going to work and being with my students and communicating with the teachers that I worked with. So that part was kind of hard. But also, I was seeing someone as well, and that kind of recently ended, which also gave me an opportunity to take an inventory of myself on that front too. So just wondering, why do I have a history or a pattern of things not working? And just trying to figure out what's going on with me that I am attracting things opposite of what I desire. And then on top of that, we do attract things that are opposite of what we desire, and then we still entertain it. So, like, in hindsight, that situation that just ended, like, I shouldn't be surprised because um, we were on two totally different pages, which is what I realized is a pattern of mine. Sometimes we get into, shoot, I went too high with the concealer, but we'll fix it. What I realized that is sometimes we will continue to entertain something or someone, I should say, in a situation just for the sake of not being alone and, not having to worry about those feelings of loneliness and stuff like that. And I feel like that is so not healthy. We say, hey, yeah, this might not be the right situation for me, but I'd rather have somebody than nobody, which is, like I said, not a good idea. at all, because then you wind up getting hurt in the long run, right? So, in hindsight, I am thankful for that situation because it helped me to. Um, I'm thankful that it ended, and I'm thankful for how it ended because it helped me to really take a personal inventory of myself. Um, and I'm just gonna share with y'all real quick what I came up with, and then maybe you all will be able to do the same thing. So I sat down and I wrote down the amount of relationships that I have actually been in. Um, and I use the word relationship very loosely. So when I say relationship, that means your situationship, you know, maybe a friends with benefits that went awry because you caught feelings and whatnot, which is why I am now team against that whole situation. Now you can if you want to, but I just don't. I don't see that ending in a positive light unless it forces you. Let me tell you my experience with that. We grown, right? My experience with that is you really have to become an emotionless person. And if you are someone who eventually wants to be with somebody, I wouldn't suggest it because it closes your heart off, right? Like, because if you know you're in a situation only for the benefit, then you keep you keep your emotions at bay. Sorry, I can't talk and do this at the same time. You keep your emotions at bay, right? And it's just something that's very tough to kind of navigate through, despite the fact that people rave about it in this new day and age, and they're like, well, we grown, we can do that, just defined. But the thing is, if you define things, a lot of people don't like to communicate, and then you have people who overstep boundaries, blah 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 blah. The list goes on. I could tell you how to do that healthily, but again, it is. I mean, not healthily. I can tell you how to do it effectively, but it's not healthy. So, I digress. So anyway, so I wrote all that down, and those characteristics, and a lot of them, although they may not be, it's just a couple. Because like I said, I was married most of my 20s. I think I got divorced. I was 31, 32 maybe. So, and I got married at 20, 21, something like that. So, and the boy did the game change. There was a lot of things I was very naive. So there was some things that I had to learn the hard way. And because of that, um, I didn't even know that cheating was like a super huge thing. I mean, you hear it and you see it because obviously you hear people talk about it, but I didn't know it was like common. I was just like, dang. So it was also a time of learning for me. So anyway, I keep going off. So it was, I noticed that a lot of them were self-centered. They were not great communicators. Um, and then some, narcissistic tendencies, certain things like gaslighting. So say for example, you tell somebody, I don't like how you said this to me, or I don't like the way you did that, or you told me we were gonna hang out, you didn't even call me, whatever, right? And it's acknowledged, but it's acknowledged in a way to where like it's your fault. Like, well, why didn't you text me when you noticed that I wasn't there, or you could have reached out to me, blah 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 blah. And yeah, it was just a whole crazy situation. And it's like, dang, again, why this person doing the same thing that the last person did? So during this time at home, after that whole situation ended, I realized that like if that is the pattern, then there is something that I am doing to draw you to me. Like, so what am I personally doing that these people keep coming into my life just in a different wrapper, right? The same guy, different package. Um, and it's crazy because, let me see. It's crazy. I say that it's crazy because I'm trying to figure out which product I'm going to do. It's crazy because we put ourselves out there, and then sometimes we agree, as women, we agree to things knowing doggone well it is totally against what we really, really want. And I just really want to say, if anything that you get from all of my rambling is, never settle for just any old thing for the sake of having to say you don't want to be by yourself. We have to learn um, to be alone, because in that solitude is where we really learn ourselves, and in that solitude is where we heal, and in that solitude is where we grow, um, and we become the people that we want to be, so that we attract what we truly desire. Because um, if we go from, and that's what, there's this famous saying that says, like, the best way to get over somebody is to get underneath another one. And that is so wrong on so many levels. And I think it's because we say that, but it's a distraction. Like, so I go and I get under somebody else based on this saying, right? And all I'm doing is distracting myself. So if that situation ends, then I'm going to be getting up onto somebody else. And when that situation ends, I'm going to be getting up onto somebody else. And it's just going to be a vicious, continuous cycle of craziness. So at some point, you have to decide that that is not the life that you want for yourself. So we have to learn ways to cope, and learn ways to be content in your singleness and be content in being alone. And it's tough to do, because especially as a single mom, you're like, well, damn, who's there to relieve me? Like, I am a mother 24/7, and sometimes you do want that companionship. And now, if that is something that you truly desire, and there is not a bone in your body that wants anything more from anyone, then by all means, I wouldn't be opposed to, like, the whole FWB thing. But just make sure that the guy is along for the ride as well, because I I sometimes think that men, when women say they don't want a relationship, men don't believe them, because they feel like we're emotional beings, so they think that we lie or whatever, and then they wind up getting hurt. And so, to just avoid that altogether, I just don't do it. Um, but yeah, I think the best thing that we can do for ourselves in our singleness is to be content being single, learning what we like, what we don't like outside of being a mom. You know, the things that, we have goals, we have visions. Some of us want to build more business. Some of us want to, some of us want to change careers. I feel like if we took the focus off of a partner and put it on to other things, because that's not the, ooh, that's a lot of powder. That's not the only thing that we need. It's not just about being somebody's wife or whatever at the end of the day. So after this situation, I had decided that I'm just going to chill on the whole dating thing, and I'm going to give a year to myself, to date myself, to learn what I like, to learn what I don't like, to grow some balls, so to speak, like, because I think I was a pushover, like, and I think that's how I wound up getting the short end of the stick in the end, because if I am in a situation and I am letting you think and believe that my feelings and emotions don't matter, my needs are not important, and it's not that you come out and say it, but like just through your actions, and they go ghost for a couple of days, and you reaching out, or you're continually finding yourself in situations where you're like, well, when are we gonna go out, or when am I gonna see you, and when are we gonna talk, and when, you know, I've learned that it is just best to just walk away. I will never ever again ask a person where I stand in their life, and I've mentioned that to one of my friends, and they asked like, why wouldn't I? Because I know, and I talk to men, and I hear like, if they wanted you, you would know, right? Like you wouldn't have to second guess it at all because men are natural hunters. So if you were their prey, I look at it like this. You ever had somebody that you did not like that liked you, and for some reason y'all exchanged numbers or whatever, but it just, you went out on a date, it didn't work, but that Negro stayed texting you, stayed calling you, can't catch a hint. That's because he wants you, so he's pursuing you. So any person would be like that, right? So I feel like take that time, and then you would be able to, we would be more keen to know when someone is being genuine and when someone is on trash. Like, if you take the time to really build up yourself and be comfortable with yourself and be content with being just with you, you know, then when somebody comes along, just because they smile at you or send you a random text every once in a while, we won't be like, oh, I'm just going to hold on to this because I don't want to be alone. You will recognize it and say, no, this is actually what I desire, and I'm going to hold off until I get it. Um, yeah, I think we constantly put ourselves in the, and I'm not taking the blame. I don't want to say blame, but I'm not saying that men should not be held responsible for their actions, because you absolutely should. But we have to take responsibility for the part that we play. Like, why continue to allow a certain treatment if it doesn't serve you? Like, just for the sake of saying you don't want to be alone. I don't understand that. And looking in hindsight, I don't understand how I did that mess. Like, that's crazy. So I feel like I was all over the place in this. I said all of that to say three things. Um, when moving forward, just take time to get to know you. Sorry, being nosy. To get to know you and what you really like, what you really want, what you really desire. Heal. That's the second thing. So we're going to heal first, and during our healing process, we get to learn ourselves. We get to learn what we like. We get to learn what we don't like. Checking my face out, make sure it's good. We get to know what we allow, what we don't allow, and during that time, you set boundaries. You decide things that you are okay with, things that you are not okay with, and then at the end of the day, if someone presents themselves and they are not who you want them, or not who you want them to be, but they are not treating you with the utmost respect, or making you feel validated or valued, or as if you are someone that they want, you can easily say, you know what, on to the next. Okay. 2020 and moving forward is a time for you to say, I choose me, right? Say that with me. I choose me, and it's okay. So if y'all want to go ahead and quit dating with me, you know what I'm saying, join me on this journey. We're gonna take a whole year off. 2021, we might get back out there. You know, it just depends on how I feel. If I feel like I have fully recovered, you know, we wiped off that magnet real good, and you know what I'm saying, we're not gonna attract garbage and trash no more, then we'll move forward. If I feel like I need to take a little bit more time to heal at the end of the year, then that's what I shall do. Um, but yeah, I think I am all done. I don't do a whole lot on the day to day. I don't even do eyeshadow. I just fill in my brows. I do concealer, and I do contour, and then fill it up with powder. And then I'm going to set it with my, something is leaking in here too. Oh, there we go. And then I'm going to set it with the Too Faced. So everything I use is drugstore. I don't know if I said that while I was talking because I was so engrossed in conversation. But everything I use is from the drugstore. This is Black Radiance. And Maybelline. The palette that I was using the mirror in is from Target. Color Story Mirage. It's cute, right? But I'm not doing mascara. Or, I mean, eyeshadow. This is it. So, I think that was all over the place, however. I hope that you got the gist of what I was trying to say. And thank you so much for watching. And I will see you next time around. Peace out.